Buenas, bienvenido nuevamente al canal. Estamos con la ronda 3, el YCS Dortmund 2023. Ronda 3, duelo 1. Tenemos a Max jugando a Salamangreat, va 2-0. Contra Mateo jugando a Spright, también va 2-0. Y bueno, vemos que arranca de jugar el Salamangreat. Ya empieza con los combos Salamangreat. No parece haber interrupciones por el momento. Ok. Bien. Hace el caballito. Esta es la carta nueva. Parece un ministro. Un poco de armadura o eso, parece un fuego. La carta nueva. Ahí baja la carta que salió en la caja también, la Ghost. Ya estaba antes que salió una impresión Ghost. Otro Link, es el Link de grandote ese. Con eso baja otro. Ok, se va a activar el campo. Va a activar y especie para setearse la trampa que estaba en el cementerio. Tuca otra. Y va a setear dos cartas. Setea dos cartas. Come corazones, ok, le va a negar. Come corazones. Bien.
Yeah, you had to protect that, and now we are revealing what we are onto.
Bien,
So
y ahora está mostrando que está jugando Spright. Nombre de Red, Spright de Jet, digo Spright de especial de Jet. Perfecto. Ok.
True, so we search out the starter. And we have not even talked
Busca el
about
starter.
just yet. It's Spright, and I mean Spright, of course, kind of an all-time classic now as well, right? Salamangreat has been around for so long, but Spright kind of taking the same route, being in all kind of top cards and all kind of tournaments for so long now. It still is here at the top tables. It's really versatile deck. It just is able to adapt so well to different types of metagames with the
Ok, va a ser Link. Link a Spright Sprint. Efecto de Sprint para efecto del Angler para invocar dos. Invoca un Nimble, invoca el otro Nimble. Algo. Y ahí va la trampa. Activo los tres, no sé cómo, qué dice la trampa esa, pero bueno, rompe los tres. Ok. Activa starter y le tira talento.
Yeah, that's a good point. He is playing a Fenrir. That would really be the only other card he can use because they're almost always been used. There's no other to extend.
Y no tiene nada con lo que robó.
Now Max has so much follow-up. He added back the Gazelle and he also bounced back the Salamangreat Fire, so there are at least like 10 OTKs that he has right now. The only thing that he still needs... All of them, please. Okay, you call me.
Es el normal
The only thing he needs to project right now to just recycle the Salamangreat of Fire, go for another link with the same
idea cuáles son, no sé cómo juega el Salamangreat tampoco, pero es especial. Y bueno, con eso ya vio que me hace OTK, entonces vamos al segundo duelo. La carta rápido ese. Y bueno, vamos a pasar ahora al segundo duelo. Duelo 2. Duelo 2 de la ronda 3. Va a empezar el juego de Spright. Supongo.
Understandable, not for the first time, Leo, but one more card that is also really coming back through the absence of the right side in the format is Forbidden Droplet, and also found its way into the main deck of Max and Never Say. And what can I say? This card is really good.
Normal de Angler,
assisting
efecto de Angler.
Melfi Caddy, because that is the
No.
that is the Sprite Orion that his opponent has chosen, and then comes the start from a he has a way to play, even though it's not the most powerful start ever. But blue is blue.
Especial
I noticed that Max is actually blue hand traps, Ash and Emperor, and one of the most, greatest advantages of Sprite is that it really does cut through hand traps quite easily, and especially in a situation like this where you've got just any normal summon level 2, there isn't really a lot of sort of interactions that stop that, and so you're able to just kind of like play through Ash, and you feel like compelled to use Ash in situations like this because you can go for a red early, Gigantic prevents the Biru.
If you want to go crazy against the Melfi Sprite deck, because I played it for a long time as well, you can use those cards to play through the field. The Ash, the Melfi,
Gigante con
use
esto.
the permanents on something else. That's that way you are not even opening yourself up to possible talents.
I think holding Ash is definitely the correct play.
Impermanence
for sure, but just playing around. Gigantic actually is neat because it only needs to detach from any kind of monster. There is still an Exceed monster because there are materials underneath it, so we can still resolve the effect of the Gigantic Sprite, even though it is booked there. We cannot use it for a summoner or anything now, which is interesting.
And it traded with a Warframe, which is really powerful going first. True. Oh, but there is a Jet hand
Especial
still, so we can
de
select
Jet,
10
ahora
from
sí.
here.
How did we summon the red here?
From Gigantic.
Oh, right, yeah,
Efecto
sorry.
de
Now
Jet.
the Jet gets to go into the starter, or you can potentially, depending how good your hand is, you can maybe go for a double cross line, or you can search out the smashers.
Red, que es la que niega
Interruptions against
monstruos.
Salamangreat specifically because you remove them from play rather than hitting the graveyard.
Totally. And interestingly enough, Mateo is main decking both double cross and smashers. Smashers usually in the main deck, but also running double cross in the main deck is kind of interesting because usually that's a card you would see in the
Se
side deck as a going
trae,
first
ok.
option. Now we see it in his hand. because he
Double
just
cross
acted
se
with the
trae
Jet.
con
I love Spright as well. Those are two of my favorite decks. I'm really happy right now.
Yeah, and still more extending to be able to be done here because we do have the sprint access next. So
Va a
yeah,
ser...
on to
Ok,
the
especial de carros que
All
tenía en
engine
mano.
here. And those
Ok,
are the best. When your
bien.
opponent has hand traps, as you were saying, you just want engine because it can play through those so easily. Oh, but we're linking away the rats here.
Vale,
This is a really
acá.
strong Ash Blossom on the
Nunca
angle
sprint.
graveyard. Oh, we are even going to Ash for sprint. That is
Ash
full punch.
Prince,
Yeah, I
Foolish,
quite like the
ok.
Ash Blossom being used on the Nimble monster rather than the sprint itself. That way you're just going to get out of the deck and you know that they don't have a way to extend
Bien.
it. And you have Foolish Bird or something. You can
But
Este
now we could
para
play
la
our
mano.
so far, but now it happens. But this is
Bueno,
some powerful
tres
cards over
cartas de mano.
there. There's Gazelle
Dos
already and the circle
monstruos
to
y
grab
una
the worst
magia.
case. You have to send away the circle. This is okay. You can
It
also
really
send
doesn't matter,
away-
right? That's the issue. You know, you've got 3 different names basically, so the spell can always get the other name. But Gazelle plus Spinny is the best combo.
the
So
carrot maybe is
Se
second.
te da la
Just
double
get rid
cross.
of the monster
Creo
instead
que
because the circle can be
sí.
negated. But
Va a pasar.
that would have been the
Ok,
last
pasó con eso, sí.
nimble angler of Mateo if he would have just sent it to the graveyard and ashed it in the graveyard because the other one is sitting underneath the gigantic spread. So I really would have liked just cutting out the access to that completely.
yeah, so should there be any follow-up here, if Max can't break this field, then we do have the option to just you know, have that Nimble engine again. So there's the
Metió
circle. We're
la-
going to try and carry
El
this.
This
círculo
is a
ese.
tough call because you would have to tribute the
Bien.
Sprite sprint and then your double cross is not that strong anymore because you want to take over the monster. So yeah, Mateo makes the decision to just let it go through here. And now the circle is a valuable resource in the graveyard because you can always send something else with Gazelle and add back with the Sunlight Wolf the circle. Does Mateo have any cards left in hand, or is it all he got that he has there on the field? It's all he has. Now the carrot is not really doing anything anymore. If you are not, if you decide not to negate the one spell trap card he's activating, that's kind of not the greatest card there.
normal.
Honestly, kind of. I think it was interesting that he decided to just keep the carrot over the rat, right? Because Ben Imperm was already gone, so an Ash Blossom was way more likely there. But I mean, a take of the Salamangreat of Fire is
Pensando,
really, really strong.
yo la
The
double
question
cross
is, what
activa.
else does he have? Oh, we're
a
trying
invocar.
to get our own Sprite rat back to the field.
Ah, we are
oh,
bouncing.
that
Red.
makes sense. That's
Makes a lot of
great.
sense.
That's
Y
fantastic.
That's a really neat line there. So now
como
you've actually created
cayó
two
un
disruptions with
bicho
your one double cross.
I
especial,
really, really like that for sure.
Me
Still,
quedé
if you
sprint
could,
y
so
levantó
any
la
kind of
mano.
extension that could still be there in that stand would be wow,
Ok,
that's strong.
y
But
pasó.
Mateo, I was thinking if there was a possible
Cambio ahí.
side mining in hand that discarded the spinny.
Yeah, that would have been really devastating.
Acá va a
because then you could actually trigger
ser
this Generally,
otro
with Salamangreat, if you
gigante.
remove the normal summon, it's kind of hard to push through that.
Now
¿No?
they have Weasel, which also helps, which is also a extender, but you still
Bueno,
need to Salamangreat. You still need a bit of
ya va a
We're
pegar
going to go for the second
6.000,
gigantic
¿no?
game, and that is boosted by
6.000.
double its attack just because it uses a
No.
main deck level slash rank link.
6.000 no, perdón, 3.000 no sé cuánto.
Unknown in the hand.
3.400. Ok, tira drone.
But this is already a lot of damage. It is 3,200.
Va a negar la
It
drone.
absolutely makes
Bien.
sense right here because you're going for the jet and you're searching for a possible. It smells like gamma burst here. Oh, okay. It doesn't. Your nose is completely off once again, Leo. And I was just looking through the list. That's very surprising, but he's not even running gamma burst overall. He's
Bueno,
like
se buscó las
double cross and
smashers.
but no gamma
¿Es
burst,
esa?
which is very, very odd to me because that card is making OTK so,
Set.
so easy.
There is lines to OTK, but it's significantly more simple when you just activate Gamma Burst.
Yeah. I mean, is that game on the field already? It could be,
Pues
right? I think it would have been game if he didn't tribute the blue. That's funny.
Oh, is he off game by
Y
like 2?
pasó a
Might be. It's
Right,
Ok,
let's
quedo con
do
set.
Let's do some math. So that's 32
Con
plus
red.
16, so that's 48.
Con
Then Jet comes in, that's 61.
3.400 del gigante que tiene
even
el
if
link.
it's not game, we have a lot of resources
Y
with your
1600
smash
el otro.
set with the negate of the red, so with just a couple cards left from Max, it's going to be quite hard to...
¿Y si te da algo o no?
Let's see if we can pick anything up to try and crack
No.
this.
Ok, sigue jugando.
Yeah, that's
That's the card he's looking for sure.
a great card in Speed Duel.
Okay, Link 2, so do we go for another sprint here?
Hace
We do,
sprint
and
acá,
now
ok.
it actually is
Efecto de
hurting Max, but he
sprint.
decided to Ash
Para
the
hacer
Sprite sprint
foolish
instead of
del
Angler, but Angler
Angler,
not even in the deck
Angler
anymore, but now it
efecto.
is there, bringing out two Beavers.
Bien.
I wonder what the advantage was to
Y
Ash
ahora
the
sí
sprint.
va a
Maybe because the Angler
ser...
wasn't the best draw.
Yeah, I think
El
that's kind
Melfis
of
es-
you want to just leave your opponent with dead draws, but at the same time, you know, I think removing
Está jugando
resources
Sprite
is really
Melfis.
because generally the game isn't going to last that long for that
Trae
one
Melfi
per
que
se.
se hace
Will come
especial
someone
en
will be, like,
face.
either OTKing or kind of controlling the field to an extent where there won't really be too many draw phases thereafter. And yeah, there's a lot of control here. Smashers, red, tribute, plus and Melfi getting the caddy for penny for the following turn.
Él tira
And
prosperity,
prosperity
ok.
for any more disruption
3.
here.
I mean, Max was struggling to play through one bounce
No,
last time.
6,
Now
ok.
there's multiple bounces, a monster effect negate, and a smasher. So I'm really not seeing too much hope here from Max, to be honest.
Plenty of time left on the clock, so there doesn't need to be any sort of tactical.
A
So
ver...
do we also grab
Set,
ourselves a respawn?
Tepel,
Why not?
3 Tepel, Ash.
Keep them coming, he says Mateo, but there's no more anti-spells.
Carrot.
He just revealed all of that.
Agarra la
Max has three
carrot.
right? Yeah, I think I might have
Va a
liked
ser
carrying
entonces
more of an anti-spell, to be honest. I would like the Ash Blossom.
Tepel
How about picking up even
y
the
la
Mastiff return? That could be
double
a big card.
cross.
He's
No,
not
no,
running
cross
anything,
no.
and that is the
No sé
game. So
cuál.
Mateo takes
Bueno,
down game number 2
bueno,
here with his Spright.
vio que no podía jugar
score
atrás de
between those
eso
two
y
players.
eso
So, is it going to be for
es
game 3
el
Belgium
duelo
or
2.
Italy? It's
Vamos ahora a lo que es
Totally
el último duelo, el
totally
3.
side of Max. Yeah, I mean, just go match first.
I think his main deck in general seems quite. Right, but, you know,
Tiki.
The Belgian players are really taking over, right? Because in the last round we had Steven Jacobs
Bueno.
and now we have Max, so...
1-1.
I just sorry to interrupt.
Arranca el
That is a great line
Salamangreat.
I've seen here. Oh,
Tira Ash.
maybe not so much
Bien.
anymore, but Salamangreat of Fire plus 2 disruptions. very, very nice. Now, the thing is,
Quedan
we need
23
some
minutos
more
en el
names in there,
reloj.
because if he's drawn that all-important gazelle,
Bastante
he's suddenly put
tiempo.
up a very consistent way to...
Only the Baylings. Is there going to be more engine? Because he needs more engine here. Is there a way for him to extend?
Lo cortó ahí un poquito con la H, ¿sí?
Which is at least one pop.
A ver qué puede ser.
Other disruption. The question is there anything else he can put up? Maybe just a spinny?
Little Baylings pass, everyone loves to see that, right?
Is there maybe another good frost target in his deck?
Thrust.
Yeah, but he cannot
Okay.
activate this turn.
He doesn't have a monster yet, so it looks like he's just going to be able to set the rage.
And
Y se busca la trampa.
No, not great, but you know, depending on the right destroy, it
Okay.
is really, really strong against
Y si
Spright,
te da
because,
otra,
like I said,
si
if
te da
you just
dos,
get that normal summon
y
level
pas.
2, the only real way you have to extend is going to be the starter.
The problem is, what are you going to do after that? Yeah, there's also no follow-up, which is like Salamangreat is known for his follow-up.
Es normal.
I think you do have to immediately hit this.
It could be a bait, but I think that this is a really good rage here.
Y ya es la que rompe, la rompió.
Only
Okay.
Baylings left. Does Mateo have a way to bring another monster onto the field?
Really important.
We're just sending passing.
Se tengo una carta de paso.
Oh, Catty in the end.
okay.
But Catty is not really that good because you have a graveyard. You have a target.
Y especial Landfade
Okay, sure, I
del
guess
Melfi. Pero
Oh my bad.
Hay muchos,
And the crowd loves it.
Y roba esa
you like, so definitely the best card to draw
magia
in that
esa.
situation. And that is going to be Salamangreat 5. We're doing the same thing once again.
And we have an Ash.
Oh, tira Dash, Impermanence.
Further chains here.
This is preventing an
Okay.
which is really important, of course.
Dio el
Never.
efecto, quiso activar el Melfi.
Yeah.
Y tiró Ash.
That way, especially with the just diverse
Impermanence,
okay.
okay.
Okay, no, he's going to keep going with the wolf here, it looks like.
Se salva por lo menos de...
Yeah, I think absolutely strong.
Le cortó el combo ahí.
Because again, as you saw last turn, it was just good enough to
Y se tiró nuevamente el Solar Rage.
top deck here
Oh,
from Mateo,
Solar
really
Rage,
needs to see.
se llama.
I just don't think that puts two bodies on the field. So a
Nuevamente
combination
lo
of
setió.
a normal summon plus a special or a starter here, but it's just not
Pero
enough
puede ser la misma
cards.
jugada. Salamangreat Rage.
Nothing at all from Mateo. And that is
No
going to
tiene
search
nada.
for another circle. And we might actually see, oh, Impermanence
Impermanence ahí.
on the Sunlight Wolf here. Yeah, he tried to add back the circle there, and that is not going to happen. But does Max
Eh,
have... Oh, look
Oh,
at that
that
charge. That is the spice that Max is running. He can now put back two Salamangreat
Pone
monsters,
dos,
special summon or two
y
fire
invoca
monsters
especie.
to the deck, and
Perfecto.
special summon the Salamangreat on
Ahí
fire.
está.
That is the handshake.
Sí, no tiene
Salamangreat
mucho más.
charge is
Eso.
winning this game. The
En
perfect
realidad se me
example
atacaba
is
ahí. Y bueno. Bastante interesante, bastante entretenido ese. Jugaron ágil, o sea, bastante. No, nada trancado el juego, nada. Hace mucho tiempo. Pensaron, pero bastante bien el estado del juego. El juego de Sprite pues, sabía, creo, o sea, entendía lo que decía el otro, lo que jugaba, conocía el mazo. Y bueno, eso ayuda con la fluidez del juego. ¿Qué tal? Bueno, eso fue la ronda 3 de Salamangreat versus Spright con Melfi. Y bueno, y gana el Salamangreat 2-1. Entonces, bueno, el próximo video va a ser la ronda 4 de este YCS Dortmund. Y espero que les haya gustado este video. No olviden suscribirse. Y hasta el próximo.